Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Wooster Area Chamber of Commerce President, Justin Starlin.
Hi. Wow, what a crowd, man. Unbelievable. You know, we've got I think half the crowd outside grabbing a drink, and we have new rules here at the Chamber. We keep things moving. If you're ready or if you're not, we're rolling. So the goal tonight is to celebrate, have a great time, but by 7:45, we want you to be headed home and saying, wow, what a great event. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 119th. People like that, it's short, yeah. I just started, I'll take it, Barry. And welcome to the 119 Worcester Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Dinner. For the continued support of this event, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. You know, after holding this event last year in the Gojo Wooster facility, by the way, thank you, Team Gojo. I know that wasn't going to happen 2 years in a row, right here. We are now back home here at Greystone Event Center with the largest formal gathering in the venue's history of 820 this evening, and I'm not sure we can fit any more in. Let's give ourselves a round of applause there. And why the Chamber is thrilled with the sellout. We know that this could not be possible without the support from these great sponsors, and there's a lot of them.
Your 2019 bronze sponsors: Akron Brass Company, the Apple Creek Banking Company, Artiflex, BCI Buckeye Division, Campbell Construction, Cleveland Clinic, the College of Wooster, the Commercial and Savings Bank, DNS Distribution Incorporated, Farmers National Bank, Huntington, Long, Cook and Samsa, Pallotta Ford Lincoln, Scheffler, Seaman Corporation, Sprenger Healthcare Systems, Tech4, United Titanium, the University of Akron, Wayne College, Wayne Savings Community Bank, Western Reserve Group, Westfield Bank, Whitaker Myers Group, Wooster ColorPoint. Your 2019 silver sponsors: Ray & Associates, Wooster Glass Company, Wooster Hydrostatics. Your 2019 gold sponsors: Gojo, Meaden and Moore, Wooster Community Hospital. Your 2019 platinum sponsor: PNC.
Let's give them all a round of applause, please. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate the support. You know, when thinking about tonight, I must admit that I compared us being here this evening to the uniqueness of the Wooster community. You see, Kelly and Christian Silva, proprietors of this beautiful facility, recognized that the Wooster community lacked much needed event and conference center space, with this facility sitting vacant for over a year and a half. And in response to that need, they rose up, made an investment in this operation, and reopened the facility in the fall of 2018. And yes, the Silvas made the investment with a capitalistic spirit, but also, after hearing their story, they took the leap with a spirit of community need in mind as well. This example led me to think about other historical happenings in Wooster. From a downtown core that lacked appeal and entertainment offerings, to a local economy that was striving for diversity, or a community starving for retail establishments, the Wooster area has been affected largely by individuals that have vision, knew that their hometown could support that vision, and like any entrepreneur, they just went for it. When Jerry Baker led the development of Worcester's North End in the early 1990s, and looks like Jerry had hair in the 90s, there were people that laughed at a vision of retail and large-scale residential north of Bueller's Milltown. Result, in less than 25 years, those once empty farm fields had not 1 acre left on the market. Or how about a young man in Mike Mariola who made his start by opening a small bistro restaurant on South Market Street in downtown. And through drive, passion, and most importantly, community support, decided that in 2008, not the best year, to open up a higher-end steakhouse in downtown Wooster. Many snickered, didn't see the vision, and bet on his failure. Result? Not only has the steakhouse celebrated 10 years of continual growth and operation, but Mariola has gone on to purchase a number of properties in downtown Wooster and also expand his restaurant operation throughout the great state of Ohio. Or how about an international business that partnered with a very small group of local machinists in 1977 to begin the manufacturing of a manual clutch in what is now known as the historic Dodge Omni. Everybody remember that vehicle? Result, over the next 40 years, the company continued to believe that Wooster was a good place to do business. And after various expansions and investments, the current day Scheffler has grown into the largest employer in Wayne County's history, with 1,900 employees in their nearly 1 million square foot facility. You see, the spirit and vision of these individuals and businesses are real-life examples of our program here tonight. You see, when you're out-of-town real estate agents and investors say, Wooster, isn't that south of Route 18 in Medina where all civilization ends? It's local stakeholders and community advocates that step up and say, why not? Why not Wooster? Why not here? They advocate change, they create a vision, they chart the path, and they make things happen. And tonight is a celebration of individuals and businesses that are making a difference in the Wooster area. Some are veterans who have already left a recognized mark, and some are new on the scene and have many years to contribute. But no matter their place in time, it's undoubted that Wooster is stronger because of them. So tonight, we are super excited to have the opportunity to say thank you and job well done to our award winners. But before our award ceremony this evening, we are going to partake in what I've been assured is going to be a delicious dinner, okay? That's what I've been told. And it's being managed by one of our closest partners in the Bueller's team. They did such a great job last year at Gojo with 960 people that we knew we couldn't go wrong in asking them to serve us here at this small 820 gathering. So this evening, the staff of Bueller's will dismiss each table to the nearest of 4 buffets because the idea here is to crank things out, and that's throughout the center. So please wait until you're formally dismissed, but we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. But until then, I'm going to invite a good friend of mine. He is a board member. He's also the founder and president of Building Trust and the owner of our Business of the Year in RBB, Bruce Hendrick, to the stage for our invocation. Bruce?
Thanks, Justin. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we gather together this evening in wonder and gratitude for the many blessings you have given our community and its members. Many who are here tonight are facing challenges that only you know. We pray for your comfort, wisdom, and guidance to help them see their way towards resolution and peace. However, this is an evening of celebration. As we highlight the inspiring stories of tonight's award winners, we pray that you infuse us with fresh oil in the days ahead, for there is much work to be done. As leaders, we humbly ask you for a renewed vigor to continue to be your hands and feet, lifting up our community in every way possible. As we break bread together, we pause to thank you and all those who had a hand in arranging and preparing our meal. We boldly pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Dinner was good, right? 2 thumbs up. Nicely done, Bueller's. Fantastic. We're going to keep things moving. And so, you know, as I look back at 2018, I reflect on an extremely strong year, both for our organization and the community. From your chamber's perspective, our membership grew to 700, which represents the largest small market chamber in the state of Ohio. Our workforce development efforts in Healthcare Day and Manufacturing Day increased in participation from school districts and then also industry partners. The Chamber's social media presence grew to the highest following of any non-for-profit organization in Wayne County. Our newly renovated facility welcomed hundreds of members and visitors alike into a space that now represents our organization in the appropriate professional light. Participation in our marquee events grew to all-time highs in 2019, both in participation and attendance. And our young professionals expanded to welcome new men and women into the Wooster area. Though 2018 was undoubtedly a strong year for the Chamber, the staff and I are excited that the leadership of this organization is not content with recent successes and positive advancements. Rather, our board of directors continue to push us to evaluate how we can bring value to and support to our members, all while being leaders in relevant initiatives that make a positive difference here in Wooster. Now in our 119th year, which is hard to believe, of community engagement, we are confident that your chamber has the tools and expertise to continue to make noticeable progress in various aspects of community and economic development. Be it the ever-pressing need to engage our next generation of workers that are vital, absolutely vital to the growth of our local economy, or pressing upon the business community the importance of community involvement and engagement. Your chamber is a network, a strong network of 700 members that collectively can make a recognized difference in your local community. Much of my confidence in the future position of our organization comes from the strong and dynamic network that the staff and I have in our board of directors. These individuals understand the inner workings of the Wooster community, and they are not hesitant in voicing their opinion, which is great, and leveraging the resources for relevant topics that affect our membership. Their insight and professional experiences are key to our organization's strong position and very positive future outlook. Now, please direct your attention to the screens for the introduction of your 2019 Board of Directors.
Your 2019 Wooster Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. Bill Sharon, Wooster Community Hospital. Louise Keating, Keating Law Offices, LLP. Kevin Day, Western Reserve Group. Dr. John Cook, Long Cook and Samsa. Chad Borman, Borman Norton Cook Wealth Partners. Susan Marlar, Meaden and Moore. James Smale, Farmers National Bank. Bruce Hendrick, RBB and Building Trust. Sandra Hall, Main Street Wooster Incorporated. John Jameson, Scheffler. Matthew Long, Critchfield and Johnston. Amy Marinello, Marinello Realty. Michael McClintock, McClintock Electric. Jack Nebeski, BCI Buckeye Division. Don Noble II, United Titanium. Tom Pukish, Wayne Economic Development Council. Dan Shanahan, Bueller's Food Markets. Jeff Smith, the Apple Creek Baking Company. Martha Starkey, Wayne County Convention and Visitors Bureau. Tim Swift, the Wooster Brush Company. Beth Weaver, Habitat for Humanity in Wayne County. Wayne Webster, the College of Wooster. Thomas White, Rural King, Ohio.
That's quite the lineup. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for all the hours you put in. It's a very, very impressive group. You know, after that lineup, I think it's easy to see how fortunate the staff and I are to have such a quality group of individuals to work with on a daily basis. And trust me, we are excited about 2019. You know, personally, through the years, I have been fortunate to work with a wide variety of perspectives and personalities in the position of board chair. There's been some interesting ones. From my initial board chair assignment of the quick thinking, make things happen now, and I mean now, type of personality in D. Vadya, if anybody knows D, to the more reserved, yet very impressive strategic leadership of Leslie Mast, or the rev your engine, fly by the seat of your pants leader in Paul Williams. Paul, you here tonight? Yeah, Paul's back there. The impressive history of our board leadership, which can be found on page 20 in your program, which is a pretty cool piece to look at, has literally had every personality and leadership style on the spectrum. And 2019 stands to continue our successful run of having a dynamic individual at the helm. For those of you that don't know Bill Sharon, he holds the title of President and CEO of the Wooster Community Hospital, but he is known nationally as an innovator, a strategist, and a professional operator. To say that we are bringing in a Superman is not out of line. And to know that we have such a strong and dependable leader to back you up in the coming years makes you feel good about the coming year. And as you're about to see in this very short video clip, Bill has the horsepower and the best interests of the organization in getting things done.
Justin and Samir, I'm really glad to be with you guys today. I'm really looking forward to this year as board chair. I know, it's a big task, it's a big job, but I think we can have some fun doing this. Last weekend I was thinking about some things we could work on, and it was a busy weekend. I spent about a half hour, but I came up with 63 items that I thought I could share with you. So maybe at the conclusion of this meeting, we can go and get started on some of those items right away and see if we could knock them off. Okay. One thing I want to let you know is I'm always going to be there for you this year, so I've got your back. And
that's great.
I brought something along that I thought would be helpful in that endeavor. It's just a little aid. This is the bill button. Okay. So I'm going to share this with you guys. So if you guys run into something that you can't resolve or you need my help with, you push the bill button and I'll be there.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. So just hit this and you'll be our...
I'll be there as soon as I can get there.
Excellent. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So there's absolutely nothing you can do for this business. They've been in the community for a long time. You can't find anything for them?
I know I'm new, but there's no money.
Well, I still think that something can be done.
Sue, Becky, Ron, appreciate you letting me stop by for a few minutes. Listen, I don't have a lot of time here today. I don't care about your government slowdown, your government shutdown. We need to get something done here. So with all due respect, I need you to make this project happen and happen now.
Well, since we're not shut down and we have a budget, I see a contingency line here. I think maybe we could do something from that.
That sounds good.
Well, the Chamber appreciates your consideration.
We can make it work.
So I see you have the contract there, so are we all set to go?
Yes, everything's good. We're giving you $7,800 for your trade-in.
$7,800? That's it?
Yes, $7,800 for your trade.
Come on, Mike. You have to be able to do better than that.
Seriously?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Good, Bill. How are you?
Good. Samir, you called? How can I help?
I was hoping to get a little more on my trade-in.
So what did he offer you?
$7,800.
Shut the front door. How can we do better? Mike, we got to be able to do better than that. I've got the used car guide right here. How can we help here?
Okay, we'll go $13,000, Bill.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Justin, Samir, come on now. Give me a break. Just give me a few minutes. I got some new material, and the crowd's going to love it. I just need a little bit of time. Ted won't care, so don't worry about that.
Samara, I don't think we have any time. Mike, we don't have any time in the program this year, man.
Sorry, Mike.
Oh, this is going to be your best event ever. You need me up on the stage to hold your audience.
We might need some reinforcement.
No kidding.
What's this?
Mike, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
I love you like my Irish cousin. But what is it about no you don't understand, buddy? There's no way we can give you any more time. How much time have we given this guy already?
A lot of time, Mike.
I mean, 45 minutes, something like that?
Oh!
And he wants more?
Couldn't be that much. Couldn't be that much. I got some great material. You mean we're done?
We're done.
That can't be. Hey, come
Mike,
on,
no
Justin.
can do. We're done. We're finished.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Can I have a large deluxe tonight? How about extra cheese, pepperoni on top, and this time maybe a little light on the grass, if you don't mind.
All right. It'll be about an hour and 20 minutes.
An hour and 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's a little bit busy tonight.
Jeez, I think there's something I can do about that.
What is that?
How you guys doing?
Hi.
So, Justin, you called. What do you need?
Jeff said it's an hour and 20 minutes for pizza. Thought maybe you could do something for us.
I tell you, man, I know you think I could pull a rabbit out of a hat, but we're talking Coachy House Pizza. This is a work of art. There's nothing I can do to speak to it.
gentlemen, Bill Sharon.
I'm not sure what I've gotten myself into. I don't do written speeches, but I wrote a speech tonight, so I'm going to wing my way through it. If I fumble, it's because I'm trying to read it. Obviously, I'd like to welcome everybody. It's a terrific turnout as usual, and we're really glad to be back in this venue. With that out of the way, big disclaimer, okay? I don't know who that guy was in the t-shirt. They went out and found some guy that looked like me, but you know, I would never behave like that. My apologies to Mike Pilata. Please do not call me to get a better deal on your car for Pilata. You've already seen I can't do anything about your pizza, so anyway, we had fun doing it. I appreciate everybody's participation, and again, welcome me here tonight. You know, to be honest, the best part of being the chamber board chair is that I'm in control. So I've been up on this podium a number of times over the years. Every single time I've been up here, I've had a shot clock. I've had a leash, don't go more than 3 minutes. I've had some kind of rule I can't do it. Affectionately, we call this the Reardon rule. Well, Mike, tonight, buddy, there's no rule, buddy. It's an open mic. It's you and me. We have total control. Thank you. Just kidding. I've been a member of the chamber board now for about 5 or 6 years, or 10 or 12, I don't know. It seems like 5 or 6 years. And I'd like to thank the chairpersons that came before me as I served on the executive committee, because they really did mentor me to sort of prepare for this role. And in a chronological order, that's Stuart Fitzgibbon, Leslie Mast, Paul Williams. Actually, I went out of order. Louise Keating was in there as well, and finally, Mark Morrison, I'm sorry. But they sort of prepared me for this role. I don't really know what to expect. As I said, we started with, would you speak at the chamber dinner? Next thing you know, would you do a video? Next thing you know, we don't like the video. We had an original video we did before this one. And no, they didn't like it. We had to do another video. So I left the shirt at home, and I left the button at home, which doesn't exist. But I appreciate you participating in this with us. We will have fun this year. The board represents all gamuts of business in our community, from the largest businesses with over 1,000 employees, the Schefflers, the Wooster Community Hospitals, right down to small businesses. In fact, the majority of our members are small businesses, and we're very proud to represent them as well. What we each have in common is the desire to work together to make this a better community to work and live in. This year, we're reviewing our mission statement, our vision statement, as conditions in the environment we work in are changing all the time. So the mission that we set out, or the vision for our organization perhaps 20 years ago, might have changed. It in fact has changed. We're also reviewing the scope of the programs that we provide and the events we put on, just to see that they still meet the needs of our membership and the constituency. The board clearly wants to support commerce. Again, we're the Chamber of Commerce. But also to work collaboratively to make Worcester, the Worcester area, a more vibrant place for all of us. We have more than 700, as Justin showed in the video, we have more than 700 members, 700 voices to help us in this endeavor. Each year we try to meet with as many of those members as we can to see what their needs are, what issues they face. We are surveying our members to see what they would like to see from the Chamber in order to better serve them. Also to see what obstacles the community has, not just the business members, but what things we can do to help the community. All of our members are experts in their respective businesses. They're all leaders in their businesses, and their collective knowledge, which is amplified through our board, is comprehensive and invaluable to the Chamber's mission. I've met some truly dedicated people on this board, people that I never would have met had I not been a part of it. We've had a lot of fun times. I hope we will continue with that. We're volunteers connected by a common purpose. As you know, the Chamber sponsors a wide array of community events and programs. Some of our programs, to name a few, like Manufacturing Day, Healthcare Day, Leadership Worcester, are absolutely best in breed, best in class. And we do this, we accomplish this with a staff of 4 people, 4 high energy people, I would note. So as a result, you have 4 board members and lots of events all the time. Oftentimes the board has to get involved in a hands-on way to help. Anybody who's ever been to a Worcester Fest to see Paul Williams selling tickets, or to work with Bruce Hendrick to hear him talk about organizational development knows why they are successful in their businesses. And we have a whole board full of those people, and I'm proud to work with them. I'd like to thank all our chamber members. I'm going to keep this short. I'd like to thank all our chamber members for being present tonight. Those of you that may be here that are not yet chamber members, we'd like to sign you up at the end of the show, so you can meet me in the lobby afterward at the bar. We'll sign you up for the membership. Thank you for coming. Thank you for recognizing the folks who are about to get awards tonight, and also for honoring the people that have received awards before. We're grateful that you're here, and please drive home safely. I don't know what the weather's done. I think I've been here since last night. I don't know, Justin said, oh, you just show up, we take a few pictures. That was like 6 hours ago. So at any rate, thank you all for coming. I'm proud to be serving you, and I look forward to the year ahead of me.
Well, welcome aboard, Bill.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep, perfect. We are excited, I'll tell you. It is now time for us to begin our awards presentation. If you'd like to follow along in the program, we will begin with the Worthy Works Award, which is presented annually to a 501c3 not-for-profit in recognition of its long-lasting commitment to the quality of life in the community and active contributions to the betterment of Wayne County. This year, the award is being presented to the Pregnancy Care Center of Wayne County.
The Worthy Works Award.
The Pregnancy Care Center was established in 1984 by a group of individuals from our Grace Brethren Church here in Wooster. And the purpose of our center is to assist families during pregnancy-related situations. At that time, we had one employee, and since then have grown and have 5 employees, about 35 volunteers. And together we're able to serve women and their families throughout our communities that may be facing hard times during a pregnancy, need some support, maybe need some parenting classes, some teaching, just some support in walking out this life that they now are facing that maybe they didn't plan on. Also in 2014, in addition to moving downtown, we became a licensed medical facility under the directorship of Dr. Emily Benicos. So each week here we conduct pregnancy tests and ultrasounds, which when a gal comes in and suspects she might be pregnant, what a joy that is for her to be able to see that life on the screen and see that heart beating and hear the heart beating. One of the greatest things that I feel that God's using us in this hour is reunification of family. And so we're a ministry of second chances and new beginnings, and really rejoice with our clients as we see them become better moms and dads.
A program was developed to minister and reach the men that come through our doors. And so we offer parenting classes for both moms and dads, dads separately in cases where there's a single parent, as well as group classes for men as well.
I know I speak for our board of directors and staff and volunteers when I say that receiving this Worthy Works Award has been so unbelievable to us. All we've ever wanted to do is do a worthy work. And to be recognized by the chamber and by our community as achieving that as in this award, it's a great blessing, a great gift, I would say.
Congratulations, Pregnancy Care Center of Wayne County.
On behalf of the Wooster Area Chamber of Commerce, it is my privilege to present the 2019 Worthy Works Award to the Pregnancy Care Center of Wayne County with a plaque and a check for $1,000 to assist them in continuing their important work. Accepting the award is Karen No, Executive Director. I got the check, you got the plaque.
The Leadership Wooster Distinguished Alumni Award.
I love science and I love people. And it's just been amazing to be able to fall in love with science and then learn how to care for others and care for my friends, my family, my neighbors, and in a very special way, which is medicine. And then to deliver babies and to be able to be with women throughout all stages of life, it's about as good as it gets. So leadership, I look at leadership from different angles. I look at leadership, personally. I look at it professionally. I think that it starts with leadership over your own time and your own heart and your mind, your thoughts, your actions. And then it spreads out to how you interact with your immediate surroundings, your coworkers, people, people that you see every day, and your family. And then also in your community and being able to be involved in that. One of the things I've loved about Leadership Wooster is getting that exposure to other leaders in different industries, because I've done medicine my whole life. I did an accelerated program. I married a doctor, so you need other people in your life, and I've been very grateful to get to know and build relationships with other businesses in town. And if it weren't for some of the skills that I gained through doing Leadership Wooster myself and through being on the steering committee, I honestly believe I would not be the person, the provider, the mom, and the leader that I am today in this community. And I never take that for granted. And I feel a passion to want to inspire and invest in other people in this community to be able to do the same. Being able to make an investment in this community's future and this community's leaders, I think it's one of the greatest things you can do. I'm hoping someday that there's like a Leadership Wooster 2.0 for those of us who have been around the first round and got what we could out of it, and then now we're like, man, I still need more, because it's never ending. Leadership is a lifetime. Right now, with my time being kind of paramount, I couldn't give up Leadership Wooster. I love it, and I love being able to be around other industries. And so to be recognized as being a distinguished alumni is just, it's really special. It's not a validation so much as it is just I must be living on purpose. And I look at this award as feedback that I'm on the right course, and I appreciate that.
Congratulations, Dr. Sharon Marcanthony. The Board of Directors Award.
Wooster Glass Company, we've been around since 1947. Ralph Jones started it, and he started in a chicken coop on the south end of town, just nothing but overhauls and the glass cutter. Since then, he's moved multiple times. In 1956, I believe, we opened up this shop here, and we also opened up a shop up in Medina in 1963. We've grown from just a few people, or just from Ralph and his original partner, and now we have 30-some employees between the two shops. Wooster's downtown is a great community. I mean, we have an active Main Street, an active chamber. There's tons of events downtown. We have great restaurants, and really for me, I don't need to go to the big cities. I think we have a lot here in Wooster, and I think Wooster, we're going to continue to grow here, and we're going to get better. Ralph was on the chamber board back in the day and very active within the community, and of course that's come back to us. I mean, he taught us that we need to be active in the community, and so being part of the chamber was, I think, a natural thing. And I went through the chairs and was chamber chair there for a while. And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't change that for the world. I'd go back and do it again. You learn what's going on in Wooster, and you have your thumb on everything all the time. So it's a great organization, and I think that Justin does a great job, and his team. And we just hope to see it continue to grow and to be very successful here in town, as all of our businesses are. So this chamber event tonight is probably the best event that I can say all year long. You take a look at all the businesses that are here represented, all the people that come, the camaraderie. It's great, and I don't think that you're gonna find a town our size that has a chamber event this size in Northeast Ohio. So it's great, it's wonderful. I really enjoy this one. I guess we're a little bit humbled by this award, namely for the fact is we don't do anything here at Wooster Glass just to get awards. We participate in the community and try to give back to the community just because that's the right thing to do.
Congratulations, Wooster Glass Company.
These next two awards are the Small Business of the Year, which we partner with, and we wanted to recognize Critchfield and Johnston, and also Ray and Associates for supporting this award, not only this year, but previously years as well, and we appreciate their partnership.
Small Business of the Year, less than 15 employees.
I might be 20 years older than him, but I knew him since he was 14. And we always had good communication and stuff. So that's how we just one day decided to go into business. Because back in the 30s and 40s, and this pier was all the way up to the top of the hill originally, and it was a hardware, it was a grocery store, it was a clothing department, and a meat department. People came from all over to this place, especially on weekends. You had people from Cleveland, ball players, all that stuff, come down here just to get some meat or get a shirt or shoes or something. That's how it originally started.
We purchased it in 2002. At that time, we only had about 5 employees. Now we have, what, 10 or 11? So we've doubled in size with that. It's mostly custom processing. That's our biggest niche there. It comes to the point to where now we do a lot of mom and pop stores. We've got people from all over Ohio. So I mean, we've grown in that aspect, but the biggest thing we do, it is custom processing.
People like the way we package. They have come from all over, Zanesville, Barnesville, all because of the way we package and we do what they want.
So I mean, you have that feeling of comfortableness when you come here. I think that sets us apart from other places.
We try to treat each person as our #1 customer. We try to give our full attention to them, what they want done and stuff, and that's how we get people to come back. I have over 40 years, and to me, toward my end of career, to get something like that, it can't be no better. You know, I got a very good partner. We did it together with our employees. It takes everybody, not one person, everybody.
I think it's awesome, and I mean, I think it's good that it not only reflects us, but you know, it's the employees too. I mean, you take pride in what you do. So I mean, it's a great feeling to know that you've won that. It's just, I'm the type of person now, it's, you know, we've won this, what's next?
To get more known in bacon, bam!
Congratulations, Canaan Meats. Small Business of the Year, more than 15 employees.
Back in the beginning, my father worked for another, it was actually called Wooster Merchandise. He got disgruntled because they messed with his commission, so he got a couple other guys from there, and that's when they started Friendly Wholesale Company. When he first started in here, he and the 2 guys actually went out and did the sales. They actually at nights would drive to Canaan or wherever to pick up merchandise, and then the next day actually having to do the deliveries. He had about 12 employees when he started at that point. We just had a very small part of this building when he started, and over the years as he kept growing, he was able to utilize this whole building. When he first started out, he mainly sold candy, tobacco, health and beauty aids, food, more like what a, say a Kmart or something would have been back then. After he passed in 2005, my husband Mark and I purchased the business. We started focusing a lot on janitorial supplies. And now our business, I would say, is 50% food service disposables, 50% janitorial. The thing that I feel definitely sets us apart from our competitors is our service. We have a kind of a motto in being family-owned and small. We are small enough to care, but large enough to service you. If for some reason you are out of something and in desperate need, we find a way to get it delivered to you. I've even had employees, after work in their own time, make deliveries to a customer. I have been blessed over the years. My people have been very loyal. If I took the average years, I'd say there's 20 plus years on all my employees working here. The foundation that my father built, the loyal, caring employees I have, the support of my husband, Mark, they definitely deserve recognition for this award. And I wouldn't be here myself getting this award if it wasn't for all those people.
Congratulations, Friendly Wholesale Company. The Mike Lezak Award.
I grew up on a dairy farm in Holmes County. That's where I kind of learned my work ethic. And for the last 20 years, I've been a realtor in the real estate business. My father was one of those kind of people who would give the shirt off his back, literally. And he always taught me the value of doing something for someone more than what they've asked. And he always told me that you only get out of something what you're willing to put into it. Home and Garden Show, I am the chairman. I have been the chairman for I don't even know how many years, almost too many years to remember, but it's been very rewarding and enjoyable working with the different people that have been on the committee for the number of years. Well, I think it goes back to what everyone else would say, that someone asked, would you become involved in the Home and Garden Show, for example? And so I did, and it became something that was very rewarding to me. Actually, the day of the show, the 2 days of the show, is really kind of very easy. It's kind of wandering around the grounds, making sure everything's running smoothly, and meeting and greeting people. But it's the week before, which is the preparation to get the fairgrounds ready, and then cleaning up afterwards. Oh, absolutely. The benefits of being involved with the Chamber, obviously, in my business is the relationships that I've built with all the people from the Chamber or the Chamber community and throughout the whole city. I think our Chamber does a fantastic job of a variety of events, Wooster Fest, Business After Hours, a lot of different venues where they can get members involved and get them excited about what's going on with the Chamber in Wooster. It's very humbling. I knew Mike personally. I think it's a fantastic award to be named after him. Obviously, I'm grateful and humbled. I think there's a lot of other people that are more deserving than myself, but I graciously accept it.
Congratulations, Fred Troyer. the Jack O'Donnell Award.
I actually grew up in Wooster, probably 15 blocks actually from the store here. Never moved far away. Still enjoy our community. I enjoy working with our community. I actually purchased it when I was 22 years old. I thought it would be cool to buy beer at Wholesale and make a little bit of money. I was real young and didn't realize what I was getting into. Wooster is a great community. All you gotta do is look around. I realized that at a real young age. I was with the Sheriff's Department back when I was in my early 20s. Worcester's, we're a very fortunate, blessed area. I enjoy giving back to the community. I spend a lot of time with actually working with the city, or have in the past on several different projects, sports oriented, our high school, local churches, Triway, of course, and Orville, just surrounding local. And most of them are sports oriented, youth. I think you said it right there yourself. Worcester's growing all the time. It's exciting. We have great people on top running things. And again, it's a pleasure working with them. There's always jobs coming to Wooster. You can always find a job in Wooster. I think everyone should give back, and there's lots and lots of people that do give back that's never recognized. It's a little more quiet. Again, it keeps our community strong. Again, I've never seen a bad person on one of our ballots, or very, very few. We're very fortunate that we do have great people in our community. We're always growing, up and coming. We set the trend, I believe, for the entire country, much less just the state of Ohio.
Congratulations, Bret Defibaugh.
That's an impressive group of award winners so far. We have a couple more to give away, a couple honors, and would like to ask State Representative Scott Wiggum to come up to the stage, also State Senator Christina Rogan. They'll be up here delivering proclamations to honor the accomplishments of the Business of the Year and our Wall of Fame recipients. Also following the video, Bill Albrecht, the publisher of the Daily Record, obviously one of our closest partners, will be presenting our Business of the Year and the Wall of Fame with a press plate to commemorate their award. This time it is my pleasure to present our 2019 Business of the Year. Let's join in celebrating the accomplishments of a long-standing technology company that has not only advanced with the times, but also made a significant investment in the future operation here in Wooster.
The 2019 Business of the Year.
RBB started 45 years ago. It was anything electronics for who needed electronics back then. A lot of emphasis on design, engineering.
They originally started in Barry Roney's basement in Wooster. They bought the land in Shreve in the spring of '73. And they just put up the walls and the floor when I joined them.
Used a door that hadn't been mounted yet as a table for lunch, for some business discussions, and even to interview people.
Back in the beginning, we did engineering, then we built the materials we engineered. We did both circuit boards and industrial control panels. And at that time was what I call fairly primitive. We etched our own boards there in the building. So the technology has changed drastically. The products have gotten more powerful and smaller as time goes on, so the panels in the circuit boards have both shrunk in size, but increased in capabilities.
So Bruce Hendrick came in as an operations manager. The key for him as being part of RBB was to make it profitable and operationally excellent. One of the things that he saw, made a decision about, and managed to do was splitting the manufacturing from the engineering. And that was a difficult, painful, but entirely necessary step, and it's taken the company where it is today. There's a huge array of companies out there that need what they need when they need it, and they don't know if they need 1,000 today or 200 tomorrow. They need what they need when they need it. Small batch manufacturing, high reliability, high-tech people like a Boeing, like a GE, like an Akron Brass here in town. They need the state-of-the-art. They just don't need millions of them, and that's what we do best. They start off with the building they built, expanded that building, eventually built a second building, then moved outside of Wooster, over on the east side. That building then became the only location. Then just this year, in 2018, we moved to this location inside Wooster.
Moving this new facility has really been a quantum leap forward for us. It gives us a lot of room for expansion. It's just a much nicer layout. It's just been a gigantic improvement for us as far as location and the opportunity to expand as we need it.
RBB being recognized in our 45th year as Business of the Year feels a little bit like a 45-year overnight success. I've been with the company for 5 years, so there are a legacy of people from the founders, from the 3 partners who founded the business, through Bruce's ownership, all of the employees that we have. But I think what it means to us to be Business of the Year is it shows our faith in our business and the community's faith in us.
Congratulations, RBB.
It is so much easier when they've got you on video than standing up here. I wanted to mention just briefly, true story, today's my birthday. Why that's important, where's Mr. Reardon? It's because in honor of my 60th birthday, I have 60 items here I'd like to cover. That's really not true. So first I want to thank you all, the Chamber, Wooster Growth, Wooster Community, everybody that's been a part of this, the Mayor's Office and his team, just so many people that helped RBB get to where we are right now. And this award is overall humbling more than anything else. I've sat out there where you are and watched very worthy recipients come up here. I had no idea what they were up against. But this is just a phenomenal thing that's occurring for us at RBB, and I believe for the community as well. So what we've been doing is trying to grow, not for the purpose of growing, but to make our business more reliable, more robust, and a better service to our clients as well as our team members. And we've worked pretty hard at that. And as you heard, this business has been around for 45 years. That's great in business. So everybody with your MBA, raise your hand if you know that the average life of a business is 7 years, right? Unless you're in Wooster. If you're in this area, 45 years is a good start. So that's a great thing and a great place to be. So 1973, here's another little bit of trivia. The company started in 1973. A young man in high school made a field trip to Shreve. Probably you were past the desk from a door back then, Ross, but not very far. And what I saw was a 13-pound bright yellow device that was called an electronic canary.
And the purpose of this device was to carry it down in the mines so that it would sense noxious gases, toxic gases, and save the miner's life. And that's what they were designing and building it at RBB when my high school class went there to see that 40-some years ago. So fast forward to president of the company, that's a pretty good cycle, and I'm pretty grateful for it, and I feel very blessed that that has happened. But that's just me. So that's not the company. The company started way back with the founders. When Bruce started in there, I don't know if you maybe had some moments, Bruce, when you looked around and wondered if you were headed the right direction, but you were, and you've done a great job, done a great job. And no, I'm not wearing a hat, that's his job. So what makes RBB where we are? One simple word, and that's team. And we have a lot of people here from the team tonight. There's a lot of folks that weren't here. But that, to me, is really what makes a business worthwhile. Your team, what you do, the core values we have, the core focus that we have, all revolves around serving and empowering other people. In fact, that's our purpose, serving others, empowering people. And that applies to our teammates as well as to our clients. We've got a lot of tasks to do in that, as each of you do. We've got accountabilities for every single person that are there. We have the culture that rides on everything that we do. And these things are critical, but they're every day, the breath we breathe, the work we do, it's in our DNA now. That's our culture. We call it mojo, by the way, short word for culture, and it means more than that. And that's another Bruce invention that we call it mojo instead of culture. So the gist of what happens when you're looking at something that's a business that you're trying to take to the next level. So I promised Bruce I wouldn't talk a lot about him. I lied. So what really makes this company different is making tough decisions and following through with them. It happened when three guys got together and decided technology was something that should be in Shreve, Ohio. That was a tough decision that somebody made and made work. The next big one, and I want to give you credit for two in particular. One is to look at a business that was all things to all people and say, we are best at this. There's one thing that we do better here and we do better than others, and we're going to concentrate on that. It was painful and it was difficult, and the transition was a tough road. There's not a business in here, people representing a business in here who have not been in a situation where you made a tough call, you followed through on that, and you saw the result. So I want to honor all of you for doing that. 820 individuals in here that either did it or know somebody that did it. And you should all give yourselves a round of applause for that. Second decision that really strikes me as a new RBB thing, a Bruce thing, is when Bruce decided his faith was so prominent in his work that he had to say something about it. Now, don't get me wrong. Bruce's faith is not a prerequisite to work for RBB. There's no preferential treatment. There's no adds or minuses if you're not in that, but it's a part of him. It's a part of our company now, and the team honors and respects that. I think we have one of the most diverse work groups, teams, that you'll find in our area. And that covers all the bases, covers all the bases. So if we go from there, did I embarrass you too much, boss? Okay. So I promised you, are you talking to me, Justin? Yeah. Okay. I promised to keep this pretty short. And I do have to thank Justin. My wife said, we're going to have a small, intimate birthday party. 820 is not small and intimate. The good news is, Justin's going to sign the check. So I'm good there. And I don't care what Jerry says, you're all right. So What does that mean? What have we learned at RBB that I would want to share with you if you ask me, what's good about this? What else can we do? Or what would you keep doing to make this better and keep it growing, keep it robust, keep your team alive in doing that? It comes down to really three things. Sell your strengths, but stay humble. You can never assume that it's yours to have. It's yours to get. That's a fine dividing line. Nobody wants to hear somebody that thinks they deserve it, but you have to believe you can do it. Second thing is principles matter. The reason that the folks in this area, the businesses in this area, the organizations in this area are so long-lived is because it matters to them what happens after they are gone. It matters to them what happens after they are gone. People that own the businesses, the people that start the businesses, people in the community, that is unique, unfortunately, to certain areas of the country, and we are fortunate enough to live in one. I have a good friend, and he has this saying, trust your stuff. And he says it just like this, trust your stuff. He's not talking about the stuff you buy. He's not talking about the things you have. He's not even talking about your chutzpah. He's talking about what lives in here. And the days when it's tough and you wonder, have you made the right call? Trust your stuff. The days when it's great and you don't think it can get any better, trust your stuff. That's your principles. That's what makes us who we are. And the last thing, the third thing on the list, is great teams. Great teams build great results. And I am very, very grateful for the team that we have at RBB. Some of them are represented here today, and they do a great job. Wouldn't be the same group without them. So building great teams is more than just your finances or something like that. But if you have a great team, you will build finances. You also build a reputation, and you build something that endures. So if you remember one thing, remember that. Because your stuff, the stuff you trust, is given to each of us. It comes from a special place. Thank you all very much.
Again, congratulations to RBB, the entire team here. Jim, Bruce, congrats on being recognized for their longevity, increased community involvement, and commitment to Wayne County. We appreciate all that you do and can't wait to see you thrive in the future. It is now time for the Community Wall of Fame induction. For the last 29 years, the Wooster Area Chamber of Commerce has recognized individuals who have made significant contributions to Wooster and Wayne County. They hold the utmost standard of character and professionalism and unselfishly give back to the greater good. A list of the past award recipients are in your program, and we are blessed to have multiple here this evening, and I'd like to recognize them. Please stand while your name is listed here. Greg and Kathy Long, I just saw them. Major Mary West, please stay standing. Dick Seaman was here. Dick's right here in the back, please stand. Margot Braille, where's Margot at? I heard her. Michael Reardon, you've been quiet tonight, baby. Stand on up, there he is. I think Ron Holtman is here. He was here. Left early, not good. Jerry Baker, Jerry, can you stand? Let's give these guys and gals a round of applause. You know, this year's Wall of Fame recipient is a long-standing community leader that has literally left his mark on the brick and mortar of businesses and institutions throughout Wayne County and beyond. He has been known to offer an opinion on community and economic development efforts, though it does so after careful research and analysis of how it will affect Wooster and Wayne County, of what he calls his home. It's safe to say that the Wooster area is stronger because of the efforts of this year's award recipient. Since being announced the recipient of this prestigious award, I personally have been flooded with positive stories and compliments on the selection, which does give you a sense of peace that you made the right selection. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to highlight some of the contributions of this year's Wall of Fame recipient, Mr. Ted Bogner.
The 2019 Wall of Fame.
First of all, let me emphasize that no person ever got to the Wall of Fame solely on their own. I'm very honored to receive this wonderful honor, but we have to remember that, as far as I'm concerned, it is a lifelong family accomplishment. My grandfather started the business in 1897. We have right now 9 clients we've had for over 100 years. I think that in itself speaks volumes for the family and the family corporations. My cousin Bob and I took over the company, and he has been my lifelong business partner for 40 years. One of the most important things about Stan Galt was he never, ever forgot to send a thank you note. And that is something that we are a firm believer in here, is thanking people. And I want to make sure that people understand that, to me, that was one of Stan Galt's major attributes.
We needed to get a construction loan from a bank. And the bank, of course, said, well, we need a copy of the construction contract. And Ted Bogner took his hand and laid it on a Xerox machine, took a picture of his hand, faxed it to the bank, and that, in Wooster, Ohio, a faxed picture of Ted Bogner's hand will suffice as a construction contract.
That's the way I like to do business, and that's the way I prefer to do business. And that means more to me than a 100-page contract with 40 signatures, and you're a man of your word, and your word is your bond. And one other person I would like to mention, and that's Melvin Johnson. Melvin was a special person. I was just out of college, and the situation was one of the workers asked me why I wasn't there helping shovel some mud, and I said, well, because I'm the boss, that's why. Well, that was a pretty stupid thing to say for a guy just out of college, but later on that morning, Melvin said to me in his very quiet way, a real man will never ask anyone to do something he wouldn't do himself. And that has been my mantra for the last 50-some years. I love this town, needless to say. Our family loves this town. And we have, hopefully, over the years, improved this community. And I don't mean that it was in bad shape, but the buildings that we've built, the things that we've supported as a family are important, and I think they have contributed to what Wooster is today.
Well, my dad is on that Hall of Fame. My dad would think it just absolutely, totally appropriate that Ted should be so recognized, because he has been such a great member of this community. As a good friend of his, I hate to say such nice things about him, but it's all true.
Ted, this award is much deserved, and we're so glad that you got it. And you'll be up there on the wall with the rest of the people in Worcester that deserve it. Well done.
I think I can speak for the entire college that we congratulate Ted on being a Wall of Fame recipient. He definitely deserves to be there.
I really believe that he is deserving of this award, and his father RB and his mother Judy would be extremely proud of his professional and his personal achievements.
You belong there. I know personally you have contributed dozens of times your time, your experience, and your knowledge to whatever the latest and greatest project is in our community. So to that, I say well done and welcome to the Wall of Fame. You know, I got one more thing I might mention to you. 10 or 12 years ago, someone told me that you have 5 or 6 minutes for your acceptance speech. Now, I'm pretty sure that most of the Wall of Famers adhered to that. You do with that information whatever you want to do. But enjoy the moment, my friend. Enjoy the moment.
Congratulations, Ted Bogner.
As Brother Sharon said, we've had our picture taken how many times? 500 today?
Too many, man.
Too many. Too many. All right, well, Bill, Justin, thank you very much. And the board, please. And thank you, Dave, Jackie, Kathy and Pat, and Mike for your nice remarks during your interviews. And thank you, Ann, Tim, Molly, and Ted for your support over the years. As you already heard me say, but I'm going to repeat it, no one, not one person, was selected to join the Wall of Fame based solely on his or her individual achievements. Ted Bogner is no exception. For that reason, I consider this to be a 4-generation family recognition. Our first generation, grandfather Theodore I. Bogner, started us on our way 122 years ago in 1897, calling his firm simply Bogner Construction Company. Like many good things, our second generation got its start in a bar. But this wasn't done in any local watering hole. It was a bar in Foggia, Italy. The time was late 1944, and of course that's during the height of World War II. 2 brothers agreed that if they both made it through the war, they would come home and join their father in the construction business. So in 1945, my father Richard and my uncle Pete, finding themselves both alive and well, held true to their agreement and began working alongside their father. They brought a fresh outlook to the firm while implementing a much more professional business model. For the next 34 years, the firm was known as Theodore Bogner & Sons Incorporated. Sadly, my father passed away in 1980, and unfortunately, Uncle Pete could not be in attendance tonight. Nevertheless, at 98 years of age, he remains our family icon. Thank you, Uncle Pete. Bob and I comprise the 3rd generation, an enduring 40-year collaboration, during which time the firm was once again named Bogner Construction Company, with Bob very capably managing all of the financial aspects of our companies. Thank you, Bob. On January 1st of this year, 24 days ago, the 4th generation assumed company ownership. Pete, Bob, and I are certain that Tim, Brian, Mike, and Adam will very capably continue the family construction legacy initiated by their great-grandfather, Theodore, 122 years ago. All of this is remarkable indeed, considering that statistically, Less than 5% of family businesses last until the fourth generation. In 2009, we hosted a luncheon where we recognized 9 partners with whom the Bogner family had, at that time, enjoyed at least a 100-year business relationship. And yes, you heard me correctly. 100 years, that's a century. We can validate that because we have about 20 of these. This is one of my grandfather's fortnightly time books. This one happens to be from 1909. And we are able to use those to authenticate all of these mutually enduring partnerships. Not only are we still in business, but each of these partners are as well. The College of Wooster, PNC Bank, however, in the time book, it's called Wayne County National Bank. The City of Wooster, the Wooster City Schools, the Wooster Brush Company, and in the time book, it's called the Foz Brush Works. Artiflex, and in the time book, it's called the Gertrude Buggy Works. The Wayne County Commissioners, the Worcester Area Chamber of Commerce, and in the time book, it's the Worcester Board of Trade. And the OARDC, in the time book, it's the Ohio Agricultural Experiment Station. Something we are very proud to note, in 2018, we completed projects for each and every one of those 9 partners. Thank you. And that's because we've always held true to our corporate philosophy. In order to remain successful, Bogner Construction Company must continuously work to improve our clients' competitiveness. Not only do we appreciate and acknowledge our highly valued construction partnerships, but we also are grateful for our long-standing professional affiliations, each of whom has helped us maintain and reinforce that corporate philosophy. Our business banker since 1897, PNC Bank, or as I mentioned earlier, the Wayne County National Bank. Wayne County National was also my great-grandfather's personal bank beginning upon his arrival in Worcester in 1866. Our legal counsel since 1945, the Critchfield Law Firm. Our CPA firm since 1945, Meaden and Moore. And our insurance company since 1945, Overmeyer Hall. And our newbie, our bonding firm since only 1956, the Westfield Companies. In closing, people often ask us, to what do you owe your longevity? And while it would be nice to stand here before you and pontificate about the reasons for our 122 years of remaining and surviving in a tough business, the plain and simple truth of the matter is, we're just too damn dumb to quit. Thank you.
Yeah, you're done, Ted. Well, congratulations, Ted, the entire Bogner construction team. The history of your contributions to Worcester are second to none, so we're pleased to recognize Ted this evening. That was a pretty good show, and we're right a little bit before 8 o'clock, so pretty nicely done. I wanted to say a couple things before we bring Kevin O'Thompson up, who's the Senior Vice President with PNC. Is thank you to Bueller's. Congratulations to Kelly and Christian on reopening this establishment. Let's all support them in the future. There's many partners that are come together to put this on. Samara Zimmerly, if you could stand, please. Samara at our staff has led the charge on another annual dinner, and nicely done. So without further ado, Kevin O'Thompson, PNC Bank, for our closing remarks. Thanks again, folks, for being here.
Well, as tradition with me, I stand between you, the bar, and dessert. So I have learned a few things in my life, and brevity is hopefully one of those. So, but before I do that, number one, I'm just pleased to be part of PNC and grateful that we can be part of this wonderful event. I get to travel a lot of places, and I go and I talk about Wooster. And Wooster is a special, special place. And you tell people that 800 people come to their chamber dinner, they look at me like I'm nuts. But if you come here and you see the quality of the people here, you see the quality of the businesses here, I can see why each and every one of you live here. This is a wonderful, wonderful place, and we're just glad to be part of that. But from my standpoint, before I close, I want to thank Justin and your team. These things don't happen unless you put a lot of effort. So Justin, congratulations. Very good. I just want to congratulate all the award winners tonight. And this is a special, special night for you. But congratulations to RBB for Business of the Year. Your comments were spot on, and I appreciate those very much. And Ted, to be just mentioned by you and a 120-some-year company, and us to be part of that with you, I'm pleased. But more importantly, I'm extremely proud of you and your family and what you'll be able to do. So thank you very much. So, this is only my 43rd year at the bank. I've worked in the same building for 43 years. So Jim, to your point, I'm just getting started, right? So I want to congratulate everybody. Thank you very much for being part of this, and drive safe and have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Good night. Drive home safe. Take care. Desserts and the bar is open. Thank you.